once again, friendly viewers. This is a Naruto 605 chapter review. I'm really sorry that it's actually quite late, 2 days late. I've just been like quite busy and stuff, and wasn't able to do it on Wednesday, and yesterday I was busy. So yeah, so let's get on with the review. So at first, this chapter to me, I read it first like quite quickly through, and I just was like, all I see is just blood and just death and stuff, and face value it just seems like there's a lot of violence, and Kishimoto is just doing violence just to show Obito's like dark side. And I kind of, we get it, we kind of see that, we kind of get the point that he's evil now, but it only at face value, only when you first read it do you see it as that. Like when I saw it, I was just like, whoa, this is a lot of violence, this is actually kind of cool, but it seemed a bit one-dimensional to me. Then I read it a second time, just because I wasn't really concentrating the first time, and I was reading it on my phone, so reading manga on that isn't ideal. I read it the second time, and there's a shit ton of questions that crop up. There's really a lot of things that confuse me. So it seems like Rin, this is the real Rin, and she's definitely been killed. I thought perhaps there was some sort of genjutsu, and perhaps there may still be something, but I doubt it because of the way that the Mist Ninjas, sort of respond to it, and how Kakashi looks and stuff. So it looks like Kakashi's upset about this, but he looks pretty angry, which kind of leads me to believe Rin was up to something, especially since the bloody mist or hidden mist ninja, they were saying stuff like, don't let the enemy get the body, we need that body. So she's either got some sort of like, she's some sort of asset, like of some sort, like I don't know whether she's a spy or she's got something on her, or I have no idea why Kakashi would kill her, which is confusing because a couple of chapters ago Obito said, you let Rin die, as opposed to you killed Rin. Because here we can see that it looks like Kakashi's killing Rin. So unless there's some sort of like, it's a big difference between killing someone and letting them die. So for Obito to say that with Madara standing there a couple of chapters ago, in comparison to what we've seen in this chapter, that's got there's a lot to be answered for there. So that's quite interesting. I like that about the chapter. Another thing that was quite confusing is that Kakashi and Obito both developed their Mangekyo Sharingans, and this has led a lot of people to be kind of annoyed, because if Kakashi had the Mangekyo Sharingan, why didn't he use it until Shippuden, until his fight with Deidara? And I think there's some, I don't know for obviously no one really knows why, but I would presume that firstly and most importantly it's because Kakashi isn't an Uchiha, and at that, he must have been like 15 or something, or I don't know how old he was there, but not strong enough to be able to use the MS effectively. Like, it developed and straight away he was flat out, he fainted. So that, which I guess with time he is able to control, or there's something about the way that he didn't know, maybe he didn't know he had the MS, and maybe the only reason it activated is because it's the same eye as Obito's, and because they're connected, they're the same, they're both Obito's eye, but maybe when one turns Mangekyo, the other one does. I'm not really sure how it works, but it's a bit confusing how sometimes Obito could see through Kakashi's eye and see like scenes that Kakashi was at, but Kakashi up until now thought that Obito had died at the boulders. So again, that's got some sort of, I'm a bit confused by that. So basically throughout the chapter we see Obito going freaking mad. He is killing everyone, like he is really on a rampage. The one thing that I found quite interesting about this was that most of the attacks he's using are sort of the first Hokage's wood element style. We never see him use that ever, before. So it's obviously, from the Zetsu. He's able to, the Zetsu speaks to him like, oh, you could use the piercing branch technique. No wonder Madara chose you or something, or thought you were special. This is a bit confusing because later on in the chapter, Obito's like, where the hell am I? What's going on here? And he's confused, so I'm not sure how much Obito can control and how much this Spiral Zetsu is controlling. So that's a bit confusing, and I don't understand. I want to see the next what happens after this. Like, how does Obito, like, obviously he turns evil and he's pretty pissed because he was secluded in a cave waiting to get out. He finally gets out. He's pretty on edge, and he gets to the place to try and save his two friends. You know, one, the girl that he's loved, and his best friend who he gave his eye to sort of save them. And he gets there and he sees Kakashi, you know, with his hand through Rin's chest. So obviously he's gone like completely apeshit. So we understand that. Okay, we get it. Now I want to see like what happens now. Why does he move to just using the spiral mask? Why he's got like part of Zetsu on him, which we already know. But like, it's sort of what's the reason for having this spiral Zetsu. So that's quite interesting. But this chapter was quite good because it raises a lot of questions. This is a very good flashback arc. I didn't like Obito that much as a villain. Like when they said Toby was Obito, and I thought Obito he just seems too nice and everything. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm liking him. I'm liking him more, even though the Uchiha are incredibly sensitive people. I know he had a legitimate reason to get pissed. But then, if you're on the upside or the other side of the world, if you look at Naruto, the shit he's been through with his parents both killing themselves to curse him with a demon, so the rest of the village hate him. He still hasn't gone evil. He's actually chasing after an Uchiha, who's a bit pissed because his brother was told to complicated. But yeah, I enjoyed this chapter. I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. Interestingly enough, even though this was incredibly brutal, it didn't. I thought it would have sort of gone up in. I mean, it was first last week. I thought it would have stayed in the top 3, but for the first time in like weeks, Naruto went down to 6th place. So that is that's a bit weird. I don't know why that would be, but yes, that's been my review of Naruto 605. Sorry, it's a bit late. But life. So thanks for watching. If you like all the videos, then feel free to subscribe. If you like this video, then thumbs it up. If you don't like any of my videos, then maybe you'd like to go and visit my DeviantArt because you might like my artwork. So yeah, thanks for watching. Adios amigos.